Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super mega excited to share another list with you guys, and today I'm gonna be sharing a list of German lesbian series that I will highly recommend you also go ahead, go watch and go support. This list will be based, on my favorites that I have personally picked out, based on my personal opinion and views on it. But before we get into further details, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and please let me know your personal thoughts down below in the comments, and let's get right into it and not waste any more time. So first and foremost, we're gonna start off with Charity. It is set in 1988 at Berlin. Yes, a famous charity hospital. The series follows the interesting lives of medical students, nurses, and pioneering doctors. The first season includes a lesbian storyline revolving around the unrequited love that Thesey has for Ida. The relationship faces conflict when both Thesey and medical student George actually fall for Ida. Thursday, she is a shy nurse, while Ida, she is a little bit more outspoken, and she is, her in this case, the daughter of a doctor who arrives at the charity hospital, in a very complicated situation. The series has 3 seasons available, and it is available to watch on Netflix. It actually was released the first season into 2017, so I do feel like it's super, a classic at this point. And yes, the storyline between Thursday and Ida actually has a very interesting ending. So I will highly recommend you also go ahead, go watch, and give me your opinion on it. And then moving forward, we have Dark. Doris and Agnes' romantic affair is a key plot point that exposes secrets and adds another layer of the complex family connections in the town of Winden. Doris is a wife of basically a police officer and a mother to Claudia. She is a mother and she is married. While renting a room to Agnes and her son, Tivonte, Doris begins, a very complicated love affair relationship with Agnes. Her affair with Agnes is revealed to her, parallel in this case to her husband. And, she also ends up finding out that it might be the conflict of her husband also being, disloyal, or, also been cheating on her with Anna. The series got 3 seasons available also to watch on Netflix, and I do feel like it's super underrated because the storyline between these two is very good because they genuinely do fall for one another. But they also understand that the circumstances for them to even try to make this relationship work will basically be impossible. And yes, it actually has a very interesting plot. I will highly recommend you also watch it. And let me know if you guys would like to see a review on it so I can probably do that as well. And then moving forward, we have Deutschland 86. Leonora has a relationship with this case with Rosie. The two are spies who work together during the story events. Leonora is a high-ranking intelligent officer, and Rosie is an operative of the African National Congress. The relationship developed as they work on a mission in Angola. The queer relationship is a subplot within a larger spy thriller, and is, in the woman into the political, in this case, political backdrop of the 1980s. It is available to watch on Prime Video, and unfortunately, it only has 1 season available. I really thought that when it got released, we probably in the future we would have seen a spin-off regarding it. But hey, you never know. Maybe in the future they will do one. I do feel like they were very well, appreciated when the storyline got released. And there is another reason why I just had to come here and include it on this list, because like I said, this one is a classic. For a lot of people no, but for a lot of people yes, and for me personally, I do feel like it's super underrated, and it's definitely a series that is worth to watch, especially because of its plot and their relationship as well. And then moving forward, we have Eldorado KaDeWe. The central lesbian storyline involves, around Hedy and Fritzi, who fall in love in the 1920s Berlin. Their relationship is basically very complicated because, of their backgrounds, and everything that there was going on during that complicated, era in Berlin. Eventually, they find a way to overcome the differences. Heidi is a poor and struggling saleswoman at the department store, while Fritz is the owner's daughter. Their love develops despite their different social classes and their different expectations of the future. Yes, this one also has 1 season available, and it was released in 2018. 2021. And I will highly recommend you go watching it, because you can definitely see that no matter how different they are from one another, how different they were raised, somewhere somehow they just have this connection with each other that's basically unbreakable. Even though they still go through, the trials and tribulations, they still are trying their best in order to make this love connection and this, romance and chemistry between them to last. So yes, this one super, super, super recommended in my personal opinion. And like I said, very good series with a very good plot as well. And then moving forward, we have Heirs of the Night. The lesbian storyline involves the vampire Heirs of Lycana and Alicia. Ivy is the pragmatic and responsible Lycana heir, while Alisa is the main character. Her deep friendship with Ivy eventually evolves into a romance, and this development is, depictable gradually through the series. The relationship developed against the backdrop of the conflict between the vampire clans and the threat of, in this case, Dracula. The series has 2 seasons available, and it is a horror fantasy. And yes, the first season actually got released in 2019. Just to clarify it, the series is not based on their relationship or what they have going on, but they do have somehow a romantic connection going on, even though it's not like the primary or the most important, plot of the character. Somehow it does get involved in it, but it's not like the main focus of the characters and, what their personal plots, on the series are in this case. So yes, very cute, very, very underrated in my personal opinion. And there's another reason why I just had to include on the list. A lot of people feel like no, but I just had to make it available. And then moving forward, we have How to Sell Online Fast. The lesbian storyline primarily involves around the character Gerda. Throughout her plot arc also includes elements. The story is developed over the course of the series, showing her relationship and personal growth. Gerda develops a crush on, in this case, Moritz. As they briefly explore a romantic connection, the relationship is complicated by Moritz's single-minded, obsession with winning, back Lisa. Gerda eventually finds, this dynamic frustrating. It is available to watch on Netflix, and the new season is also available to watch because it got released recently. Yes, in 2025, the season 5 is available. And to be honest, I am excited. I probably might go watch it, to see what season 5 has to offer. But just in case you guys didn't know about the existence of the series, I also want to say it is already available to watch, and you guys can find it on Netflix, so if you guys want to watch it, highly recommend it. And watch the latest season as well. They got released, this year 2025. Very good. It's not like super, super romantic, but it's more like, okay, young love. You're trying to be with somebody, but there's somebody still trying to win somebody else back. But then you guys are also trying to figure out your situation, but there's also a lot of other things happening. So yes, it's just a different dynamic that goes on. So yes, guys, that's basically it. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And these are the German lesbian series that I will highly recommend you also go ahead, go watch and support. And if you guys know any other good German series, please drop them down below in the comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for all the love and all the support. Hope I see you guys again at the next video. Hope you have enjoyed this one, and goodbye.